Here we go with lesson 4. Let's open up an Action Script 3 document. Close this window. Okay, so save it. Let's see. 04 working copy. And then I believe I already have one of these, so I'm going to give it a 2 at the end. And let's see, we're supposed to import Peach Pit files. So start, let's see. Yeah, actually, we need to open this, and then that's what we need to save as. Let's do Command Shift S, and go back here where I'm saving it. Wherever you're saving your files, let's do 04 working copy. Cool underscore, I'll call it 3, I guess, so I don't get a conflict. Alright, so now if we hit Command Return, here's what we've got. And we pull this down, get to see more of the timeline. Scroll to the right, and it's about 190 frames long. First part of the chapter talks about understanding the project file, so they're describing to you what you've got here. Animating position. So let's see, lock all the layers except for, let's see, they want under the woman layer, so right above footer, a new layer called city. So do that, and now drag the bitmap called city BG. Okay, so we go to library, city BG, and hit Control 2 so you can zoom out and see the whole thing. And they're telling you they want, while this is selected, go over here, they want 0 and 90. So if you hit 90 and hit enter, it positions it about how they want it. Well, precisely how they want it. Now right click the city image and create motion tween. So if you hit motion tween, tells you the selected item can't be tweened, you must convert it to a symbol. If you want to convert it to a symbol, say OK. And by default it creates a symbol 1. Let's see right here. And let's see, do they want you to change any of it? I would change it to city. So you've got now city symbol. If you just give them generic names like symbol 1, symbol 2, eventually your project is going to be hard to deal with. You want to give them intuitive names instead. So we've got a motion tween going on here, and let's see, next page, what, 130. Move the playhead to 191. So let's go out here to the end. 191. Select the instance of the cityscape on the stage while holding the Shift key and bring it up to 0. So hold the Shift key and just bring it up to 0. You'll see the those lines crisscrossing there shows you that you've got it right. And now if you publish it, you'll see the city moves up while the movie plays. Okay. Next thing, let's see, a small black diamond. They're showing you that small black diamond right there represents the tween, indicates the end of the tween. Animate smoothly. Drag the red playhead back and forth on timeline to see the smooth motion. Yeah, you can drag this. You see the smooth motion. changing the pace and timing. So I'm on page 131. Move your mouse pointer close to the end. Okay, so let's go back over here on the city layer and grab this. They want you to bring it back to 60. So let's cruise back, let go at 60, and then so that will basically make the city move up into position quicker than before. And you notice it also disappears. They're probably going to address that next. Drag the beginning of the frame span to frame 10. So let's grab this and bring it to 10. That's about where that is. And now adding frames. Hold down the Shift key. So basically they're teaching you how to manipulate the timeline when you've got a tween in place like that. Okay, so that's that. Click the frame at frame 60. They want you to know how to move keyframes like this. So first you click it, then you can drag it after you let go. So we move to 40, and now you've altered it some more. So these are good skills, for sure. And animating transparency. Move the red playhead to the first frame here. And you can see the dotted line where it's showing how it's going to animate. But let's see, select the cityscape on the stage, go to Properties, Alpha from the Style menu, and what do they want? 0. So hit 0, enter. Now you'll notice if you play the thing, it starts out totally transparent, and then it, oh no, it's not alpha back into, so I guess I gotta go back over here. What, click on this and tell it to be 100%. So yeah, that's what they say to do on page 135. So that's odd to me. I guess this is like the master frame, and then this is part of the tween, so you have to tell it to blow back into position. So now it's doing what I expected. It's alpha back to changing the transparency back to 100. So now let's go to page 136, animating filters. Now they're dealing with the woman, her face moving in from the side. So maybe we'll lock everything except for the woman frame. There she is. And at frame 23, it's right there. Select the image. You won't be able to see her because she's an alpha value of 0. Click Add Filter button. So if we go over here, we got to click on her first, then Add Filter, Blur, and they want values of 20. Okay. And evidently, if you have this little chain locked, they'll both constrain to the same values. Right now they're unlocked, so you can see I could actually make one do 10 and the other do 20. But if you lock them, then when I go 10, they both change together. Alright, so now you set that to a blur of 20, and you should see her very blurry. And I'm supposing they want her to not stay blurry, but actually, let's see, move. She's blurred throughout the motion tween. Go to frame 140. And insert keyframe filter. Boom. And I'm guessing we want her to be back to 0. Let's As the blur, so let's see, filter. Animate establishes a keyframe for filters at frame 140. Move to 160. Insert keyframe. Is it another filter? Yeah, another filter keyframe. Okay, so I suppose at this point we're going to want her to go back to 0 blur. Okay, so now we'll check that out. She starts out blurry. And she blurs into position in the normalcy. So next is Animating Transformations. So under cars, they want a new keyframe, left car. Okay, and they actually, I think they want me to lock all the layers, unlock the left car. Okay. Select frame 75 and insert a keyframe. I'm going to hit F6. Drag the movie clip, so we got to find the left car. Where is the left car? Right there, car left. Onto the stage. And they want to set its X and Y positions. Or do they? Change the scale of the car to 29.4. I'm going to hit Option Command S. 29.4. Enter. And I can drag it around to about the position 710, 488. So 710, 488. Okay. Set the alpha, let's see, in the properties panel, color effect, choose alpha 0. So we want alpha 0. Hit enter. And then, so far we've got it positioned at 75. Right click on the car, say motion tween. And go to frame 100. Select transparent image of the car and make it 100. So I'll do 100, hit enter, and they want you to notice that as soon as you do that, it creates a new keyframe. Knowing that this is going to be a tween, they made a new keyframe at that position. Now, they want the width of the car. Oh, while holding the shift key, drag a corner using this tool. Holding the shift key, drag until you see the width 1380. Actually, let's see, it's not right. I want to see the X and Y positions changing. Oh, okay, when I let go, I guess it's showing the width. I think I'll just type in 1380. Okay. And then the X and Y positions need to be 607 and 545. Okay, so that's better. Move the left car layer into yeah, that's better. Middle car's in front of the left car. Ready? Now, the book takes a quick departure to explain how you can control scale and rotation of stuff and graphic symbols. I'm going to skip over that and get to easing. So now, splitting a motion tween. In the left car layer, select 101. So left car layer, 101. I'm going to click off and then click back on right here at 101. Right click and say split motion. So split motion. That gives you another keyframe. And they want you to do it for each of these. Okay, applying eases to motion tweens. So from here to there, they want, and I guess that splitting motion causes the easing to be contained from here to there instead of continuing past that point. So let's see, the middle car layer. So just click anywhere in between and enter easing of 100. So you can just drag that to the right. And I believe they want the same thing for each of these layers. Okay. And let's see, frame by frame animation. Let's see, let's play this and see if things are looking right so far. So now you notice these two cars are bouncing up and down, but this one's not. And so what they want to do is, if you double click to go inside here, you'll notice you have these two keyframes. And if you go here and hit F6, and then do it again, swipe both layers and hit F6, and then make swipe a couple layers and hit F5. So basically you have this. If you arrow key up, notice I just swiped these two keyframes and I hit the up arrow key. Now if you try previewing, it should be bouncing up and down just like the other ones. Yeah, so that's how they accomplished that and those symbols. Okay, so that was inside the car left. If you didn't catch that, I double clicked it to get inside here. And now that's a sub-movie that plays the whole time the other movie plays. Okay. Next, changing the graphics. Let's see. Yeah, I think that just explains what I just did. So, page 161, animating 3D motion. So, back in scene 1, you're going to want a title up at the top. So let's click here, new layer, title, and we'll lock all the layers except for the title layer. Scroll over to the first frame, and while we're selecting that frame, and drag something out of the library. There's a movie title probably. Yeah, there it is. So we'll drag that onto the stage, or not. Looks like they actually want it to start on the 120th frame. So we'll scroll out here, 120. That's where we'll hit F6 to create a keyframe, and that's when we'll drop this onto the stage. And looks like they wanted it 180 and 90. Okay. Now we can right click this and say create motion tween, and you'll notice it turns blue. Move it ahead to 140. and use the 3D rotation tool, that's this one, to turn it sideways, I guess, is what they probably want. Yeah, like so. And now if we play it, oops, looks like they probably want it to start out that way. I'm going to hit Command Z, and maybe I should be selecting this frame. It's probably in your book if I read more closely. Told me to go ahead to 140, so move the player here to grab the 3D, deselect the global transform option to put the 3D tool into local mode. Okay, so deselect. Don't tell me. Don't tell me I won't be able to figure this out. Deselect the global transform option. Put it in local mode. Well, drag the Y down. That's what I did before. But it ends up winding up in that position. I don't like that. Yeah, we don't want that. Command Z. So come on. Let's see. 140. Drag this down. I'll just leave it at that position. That's probably okay. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what they wanted. Then, okay, this makes sense. Just like I thought, they wanted it to end up that way. Now I see on page 164, that's where we grab 120 and we do this to it. So it'll start out like this and then it'll end up like that. That makes sense. Here it comes. Nice. Last time I did this, it was even more impressive. I think I made it spin around. I'm going to go ahead and just rotate it a little bit more so it starts out backwards and then maybe even rotate a whole nother turn. Yeah, I think I'll try rotating it a whole nother turn if I can. Either way, it's essentially up to you and your tastes, how many turns you want. And that's good for me. Animating camera moves. Let's see. Enabling the camera. So yeah, okay, so they want me to open a different file for this. So let's see, motion path. Camera start. I don't have that file actually. I should have downloaded it, but I don't. So I'm just going to leave that out for now. If I do the camera portion, which of course, if I don't do the camera portion, then you're not necessarily required to do it for me, but I'll leave that for a separate video since I don't have that file downloaded. So that is lesson 4 minus the camera stuff.